Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Andrew Grosset, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Truth. Today, I want to talk about positive mental attitude, PMA, whichever way you want to deal with. You want to say the long-winded version or you want to do the abbreviation. I want to talk about what that actually means. Now, when you look at the various different slogans and the way in which people use this, whether it be on social media and seminars, just out there in the general way of life, they talk about staying positive. But what does that actually mean? Staying positive. Now, this has really been playing on my mind over the last few days, especially because someone came up to me and said to me a little while ago and goes, "But Andrew, you're always so positive. Andrew, you've always got a positive outlook." And my answer immediately snapped back at them was, "No, I don't. No, I don't. It's impossible to stay positive all the time. It's impossible for you to stay in a completely positive mindset 100% of your life. Number one, if you never slipped out of it, you'd never know when you're in it to when you're not. And number two, life catches you off guard sometimes. Things happen. Bad things happen. And you have to accept that. You can't just beat yourself over the head with a stick because you feel bad. Inevitably, what you end up doing is continuing the cycle. You end up making the situation worse, because now, as well as having to deal with the situation that's made you feel a certain way, you now have to deal with the fact that you feel a certain way, and also the fact that you've beaten yourself up for feeling a certain way. You're human. As humans, we have an array and an abundance of emotions and responses available to us. And some of them aren't positive. But that's okay. Sometimes you need to just let it out of your system. Sometimes you need to let out the hurt. Sometimes you need to stand, as someone once told me many years ago, you need to go and stand in the middle of a park and scream at the sky and maybe punch a tree. Whatever it is that you maybe need to do to release that tension, to let go of that frustration, whatever it is that you need to do in order to do that, sometimes it's necessary to enable you to move forward. But the bit you can't do, the bit that you shouldn't do, the bit that you if you remember nothing else from this little conversation that we're having here, is don't make yourself feel bad for feeling bad. It's a vicious cycle that has no end and definitely has no purpose. Instead, give yourself the arena, accept some of the things that you cannot change. Something has happened to you and your initial thought or initial feeling towards it is one of sadness, is one of anger, is one of frustration. But that's not the gem in the situation. The gem in the situation is what you then go and do about it. Now, if your next move past that is to go beat yourself up over the head with the morality stick, then you're wasting your time, because you can't move past the situation to solution until you have moved past that bit. So all you're doing really by sitting in misery is prolonging out the situation and not moving towards a point of happiness. Learn to embrace it, let the situation in, let the emotion out, then move forward to resolution. That's me for the end of today. As usual, stay strong, stay focused, and whatever you do, stop making yourself feel bad for feeling bad. If you let it, that bad bit only lasts for a moment, and then the smiles return. Take care.